Hey guys, welcome back for the next lecture. In this lecture, we'll be covering the basics of copying, cutting, and pasting. Now, it's hard to imagine why these elements would have a basic level, an intermediate level, and then eventually an expert level. The reason for this is because when you get to more advanced elements such as importing and exporting information, not only to other documents but other programs as well, using the right copying, cutting, and pasting technique is absolutely essential. Now, of course, the more advanced stuff is out of our scope. However, eventually you're going to get there. And the only way to get there is to know the basics, know the fundamentals. I know so many people who didn't take the time to learn these things. And what's happened? They go from being brand new to Excel to becoming programmers, designing a code. It works one day but doesn't work the next because they didn't get the cutting, copying, and pasting fundamentals correct. So that's what I'm here for. I'm going to teach you guys this. So let's begin. So let's begin with cutting. So what does cutting mean? Cutting basically means, imagine you had a picture, you drew a picture on a piece of paper. You're going to cut it out and you're going to put it somewhere else. You're going to paste it on a wall. That's pretty much what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to start with this column in column L, all this data. Now what we want to do is take this data that's in here, right, and put it in here. Now we don't want to type the information again. Also, this already has formatting, so we don't want to have to format it again. So what we want to do is cut it and paste it somewhere else. So to do that, we're going to select the cells like so. Start with the heading. We're going to go all the way down, including the spaces. Okay, once you've done that, you want to go to Home. From Home, you want to go to this very first section here. This is where we'll be working in. We want to use Cut. So you press Cut, and it's going to start blinking. That means we've activated the cell, and that's what we're going to paste as well. So to paste, you want to select the first position. So in our case, we're going to decide where this one gets pasted. The rest will come with it. Okay? So we want to select this cell here. Next, we want to go back to Home, and we want to press this big button here, Paste. And there you go. That's so much easier than typing it all again and putting the formatting in. Now, one of the things I also want to teach you is the undo button. This is very critical and you're going to use this quite often. Now, the way to add it is we're going to need to go to our quick access toolbar. We want to right click on any of these icons here. We want to go customize. Now from here we're going to look for the undo button. So we're going to go down the list to the end and find undo, and then we're going to add it to the end like so. Now we're happy with that. Let's press OK. So what does the undo button do in this case? What it does is the last function that you executed, it's going to go back one step and go back in time basically. So let's press that button up here, undo, and now it goes back. The reason you have this is in case you make a mistake, you can take it back a step. Okay, so let's do that again. This time, instead of cutting and pasting using those functions, I'm going to show you another way. So select all the cells. Now this time, you'll notice there's a black edge around the selected area. What you can do is put your cursor on that edge, and it's going to change to the four arrows, the four black arrows in four directions. You want to click and drag it to the position you want. You're basically cutting and pasting or moving. And then when you're happy with the position, the good thing is Excel shows a preview. If you're happy with that position, you just release. And there you go. That's another way to do it. Now, there is a shortcut for the undo button. Okay, instead of pressing this button up here, and the reason why I don't have it, is to use the hotkey on the keyboard. So you want to press Control and Z. and that'll bring it back. So that's the shortcut key. There's also the opposite, which is redo. So to do that, you press Control Y. So just a little thing for you. If you want to play with that, go for it. Just thought I'd mention it here, seeing as how we already did the undo function. Alright, so lastly, we're going to cover copying. Now, copying is basically the same as cutting, except in cutting, you're moving it. In copying, we're making another version of it. You're duplicating it. So we're just going to do a quick example. Let's highlight that cell, that column again with the information. Let's go to Home and Copy. Again, it's going to blink to show that we've activated it, and that's what we're going to copy. Select the first cell you want it to be in. We're going to select column L. Okay, you want to go back to Home and press Paste. And there you go. You have a duplicate of that data again. So you can see the resemblance in the cutting function. So that's just a quick example. And lastly, I'm just going to mention the shortcut keys for cutting, copying, and pasting. It's really important because these same hotkeys are used extensively around the Microsoft software in Microsoft Word, Outlook, OneNote, Access, and so on. So these are really good one to know. So the first one is to copy. I'm actually going to type it out here so you can see. Is Control and C on the keyboard. Then you have cut, which is Control X, and then you got paste, which is Control V. Alright, and I'll chuck up some keyboard images of that too. Alright guys, that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I will see you guys next time.